if you look at that Monday night schedule, is there anything else that stands out to you? Any game that you're really excited about as we kind of go forward throughout the entire thing? I got one for you. Week 11, Texans at the Cowboys.
Ooh.
That's going to be a fun game to watch. One, it's the Cowboys. We know that's going to be a big draw. But the Battle of Texas, the Texans now are that team that went from worst to first last year that people are really excited about. And now you expect them to take that next step, take that next level. I mean, those are two offenses that could make that a really fun game to watch Week 11.
Yeah, that's a good one. Another one that I like is December 30th. And is this Monday Night Football schedule?
Yeah.
It says it is, right?
Do you have Lions at 49ers?
Lions-Niners.
Yes, that's going to be
that.
That was one on my list too. Absolutely.
That's exciting stuff. I love that. And I think that's going to be one of those, those comeback revenge games. The Lions should have obviously beaten the Niners in the title game and gone to the Super Bowl. I feel like they're going to get some revenge there.
I think the one key here, like the one thing the NFL does that I'm not a huge fan of, I kind of wish they would spend more time just putting the good teams on some of these primetime games. Like I don't need you to show me every team. Now, Bears-Vikings Week 15 is going to be interesting on Monday Night Football because there you're going to obviously have two rookie quarterbacks, we think, in J.J. McCarthy and Caleb Williams playing each other there. So it doesn't have to always be good teams, but why am I watching? Again, I'm watching because it's football, it's the NFL, it's Monday Night Football, I get it. But that doesn't mean that you can't elevate the product a little bit more and give us more games like that at least. Like I got to be honest with you, I don't need the Falcons in the second game of that because that's a doubleheader there too. I don't need the Falcons playing the Raiders. I want to watch the Falcons. I don't want to watch the Raiders. The Raiders don't deserve to be on Monday Night Football this year.
Yeah. Also, the Saints don't deserve to be on Monday.
And they're on there twice. Week 16, they play the Packers.
What are we talking about here? Why are we seeing the Cardinals? Why am I seeing their logo on this Monday Night Football schedule?
Well, if Kyler Murray's healthy, the Cardinals at least can be an intriguing team. You have Marvin Harrison out there.
Yeah, but the Saints shouldn't be on here at all. Like, they just should not. They're the only team where I say, and Raiders. Saints and Raiders, get GTFO off my screen.
Crazy to think, too, you're going to have the Bucks on two Monday Night Football games. They're going to play the Ravens Week 7. That's the doubleheader. You mentioned the Cardinals. Chargers at the Cardinals is the second game there. And then you also have good God, 2 weeks later, you've got Tampa then going to Kansas City.
Yeah.
I don't know why you do that.
Also, I love the 5 doubleheaders.
Yeah.
We talked about how much we enjoyed those, especially when we're on the air doing it. That makes a Monday fly by.
It also helps you, too, if one's a blowout. Because
Yes.
you know you have some of these bad primetime games. It's a guarantee. Thursday Night Football is still going to be one of the worst when it comes to that.
The football season. Because I've been getting, as my mom would say, don't tell everybody, Trysta, I've been getting my ass whooped in the NBA playoffs. It is beat down.
We all lose, so we all have to be honest when we lose. It's how it goes.
Do you think that we should be telling everyone that you're in the betting grave? I don't know if that's a really good thing to say. I'm like, Mom, it's the truth, though. That's the truth.
There's a team like the Colts that's plus 144 to make the playoffs. That's one that I would look at right now. Missed the playoffs last year, but Anthony Richardson was hurt. And I would argue before he got hurt, really exceeded expectations because the questions were, okay, he's got the physical gifts, but can he put it all together in terms of the fundamentals? And yeah, he's going to want to run the football, but he's going to be able to throw the ball consistently too. And we got a lot of those answers early on where at least you saw what the ceiling could be for him. And when you have a lot of these young, mobile quarterbacks, there's not a ton of film on them at the NFL level, and they really take advantage of defenses. I think the Colts are in a great spot, and when we talked about long shots for MVP, Anthony Richardson would at least fit that mold when you're looking at him about 35 to 40 to 1. I'm not saying he's going to win, but what I am saying is, Patrick Mahomes' first year as a starter won it. Lamar Jackson did the same thing. You go down the list. We've seen this before. So there's at least things there that fit the Colts mold with great coaching. As long as Jonathan Taylor's healthy and stays out there consistently, there's a possibility, even in the stacked AFC, that the Colts get in as a wild card at plus 144.
I like that a lot, actually. I was looking at the Colts depth chart. I really like what they have in store, at least offensively, right? Like you've got Josh Downs, you've got Michael Pittman, you've got Jonathan Taylor, you add some new blood to the ranks. I really like, and if Anthony Richardson is even close to the version that we got excited about early on in the season, they could make some noise, honestly.
And listen, the AFC, I get it. It's deep, and there's a lot of talent there, a lot of good young quarterbacks, but Anthony Richardson falls into the category right now of good young quarterback. So to me, it's the price mixed with the potential upside for them, I think, is a solid spot for them. I will say this, too. It's another price one. Mike Tomlin and the Steelers are plus 156 to make the playoffs.
Gotta do it.
And I'm going to say this, and people are going to call me crazy. I'm not ready to totally just quit on Russell Wilson. I'm not. He actually, if you go back and look, he was a top 10 rated quarterback last year.
Yes.
Let's put it this way. He's way better than what Kenny Pickett was. So if you can look at the Pittsburgh Steelers and see the team that they were that overachieved last season, and now you add a Russell Wilson that's in a more disciplined offense, running the football more, fresh start. The water was poisoned from the beginning with Nathaniel Hackett in Denver. It was never going to work for Russell Wilson. Sean Payton came in pretty much knowing right away, it seems like it was, if this didn't work or I don't like him, we're done, this is over. I mean, everything just got soured at that point. They were never going to fix that relationship. The fresh start, the low-pressure, buy-low situation for the Steelers and Russell Wilson at plus 156 to make the playoffs, upgrading at quarterback from... Here's one thing. They'll have a quarterback that can actually throw multiple touchdowns in a game. That's an upgrade for the Steelers right now at quarterback. So, plus money to get the Steelers making the playoffs with Mike Tomlin still the head coach. I think Colts, Steelers, those are the two that I really like in the AFC that have some solid value. Scotty Scheffler was, in some spots, as short as 3-1 to win this tournament, which would be the shortest odds for anybody to win a major since 2010. I think the shortest to win the PGA Championship, I saw ESPN had this, since Tiger Woods all the way back in 2007. We're starting to at least get some of those comparisons, right? Scheffler, Tiger Woods, not the same golfer, but the same kind of like, he's stepped in and that level of dominance now that we saw to a point with Tiger Woods. Are we at the stage now where he's starting to creep in on the intimidation factor maybe with some of the golfers when he's out there on the court? Because that was the one big thing, especially on Sundays. Tiger in red in his prime. People talked about the intimidation factor that Tiger brought. Are we getting into that realm yet with Scotty Scheffler, or is it too soon?
I think it's too soon. Now, listen, everything that Scotty Scheffler is doing right now is absolutely immaculate, especially in the ball striking department. Tiger even said it this: if he putts okay, he's probably going to win. If he putts well, he's going to run away with it. But Scotty Scheffler, I mean, you look at him, you look at Tiger. I mean, Tiger was statuesque walking the golf course. I mean, he had this look to him, this swagger. I've seen it myself, of course. With Scotty, he's kind of just, Scotty, and that's okay too. I don't even know how to say that, but you understand where I'm going with this. Tiger just had a different feel, different presence. I don't think Scotty really has that aura yet. He could get there maybe by the time the end of July comes around and say he has 3 more majors under his belt. We're talking about a slam there with Scotty Scheffler. So we could be there, but I don't think we're there quite yet.